Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakab Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to you, Akim, that do this work in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video will be edifying and to the point. All right. And the topic that I want to get into, all right, is just current events. All right, things that's in the news. All right, and basically how Esau Edom, all right, is about to come in like, all right, a roaring flood, man. All right, he's about to come in like a flood. All right, now in recent news, September 30th, all right, the Department of Defense, all right, basically turned into the Department of War. All right, and they basically bear with me for a second, Akim. All right, Shalaki Akim. But okay, the Department of Defense basically turned into the Department of War. All right, and international and basically domestic, threats. All right, they basically are going to, enforce that force onto them. All right. Now, as far as going into domestic, all right, is basically speaking about, inside threats, man. All right, the American citizens, all right, protesters, people that's coming up against the government, all right, whistleblowers, all right, all those that are against this system, all right, against this government, all right, these homegrown people, all right, that have realized, all right, the wickedness of America for what it really is, all right, are going to be looked at as a threat, all right, basically, a T, all right, a terror, all right, to this place. And man, they're going to try to eliminate those people, all right, basically, off the streets from protesting, man. All right, Trump already done said it. All right, do what you will, do what you have to. All right, by all means. All right, Trump basically, or should I say, they basically, all right, declared war on the American citizens. All right, and with the upcoming events that's going to happen, all right, because you got the United Kingdom, all right, they're talking about, all right, a digital ID. All right, and that's coming here to Babylon the Great. All right, these things that are happening in these other places, China, the UK, Sweden, all these places that got the sea hip, that's gonna come here to the States. All right, and something that our apostles and our elders have been talking about, all right, for years, man, decades, before anybody, all right, was speaking about these things. All right, our elders and apostles been teaching this on the highways and the byways, man. All right, there's receipts to it, man. All right, they've been speaking about this for the longest, man. All right, Ben talked about this, but everybody deemed them crazy, man. All right, they deemed us crazy. They thought we was fools. All right, not everybody is so-called woke. All right, and that's another thing. All right, he was pointing at the woke. All right. The the woke, the left, all right, you notice how they putting, the people all into a category, all right, especially you Jakes, man, because that's who he wants to go after. He wants to go after Israel, all right, he wants to go after you Israelites. You are the problem. You are the reason why all of these things are happening. So what he wants to do, all right, he wants to use his talent, and the talent that was given to him was the sword, all right. And at the end, all right, he is going to fully release, all right, all out hell and chaos, man, by way of that sword. All right. So going back into a little bit about what's going on with the immigrant situation, right? Our previous president, all right, Biden, all right, when he let all those immigrants come across the border, all right, and You know, basically a lot of them got a lot of government aid. A lot of them got credit cards worth, you know, $5,000 on the card. A lot of them got bus trips, all right, into, you know, different parts of the United States, you know, at some of these, you know, capitals and New York and everything, so forth and so on, man. All right, that was all funded by the government. All right, so just like wrestling, okay, Biden, all right, is looked at as the heel, and now that Trump is in office, he's gonna be looked at as the face. All right, the person to come and save and clean up the mess that Biden did. But in actuality, okay, the people are so blind to see it that these two people are working and coinciding with each other, man. All right, they just playing their part in the world stage of what's actually really going on, which is them wanting to institute, all right, that RFID chip, man. All right, that's the end goal. All right, to get everybody hipped up, man, chipped up. All right, so you know, when these people start to rebel, okay, Trump is gonna want to send out what? These military, man. He's gonna want to put these boots on the ground. All right, and a lot of these people are already in the rebellious state. They're saying they're not going for it. We're not going for this. All right, a lot of these Americans, it's all up in the chats, man. All you got to do is search on YouTube, search on any social media platform. All right, and people all in the comments talking about they're not agreeing to this this digital ID. All right, they're not, a lot of the veterans, all right, and a lot of people that are in the military, all right, they're not gonna be adhering to the commands of the government, man. All right, they generals, all right, which is reason why Trump, all right, and that guy, all right, wanted all them generals out there in the first place, so he can show their power and say, oh look, I got power over you. All right, you know, they could have just simply, you know, made you know, what was said over there at that interview, you know, could have easily been spoken about over, you know, a computer or a virtual call, man. They didn't need to bring those generals over there. All right, but it was just to show their power over them, man. All right, and to figure out who's gonna comply and who's not going to, man. That's what that really is about. All right, just like they arrested those two people that was in the military. That viral video that went out was talking about how they're not holding up the Constitution. You people, if they're gonna arrest us, they're gonna arrest you as well. Yeah, man, that viral video of them too, that girl, all right, talking about, all right, that they're not upholding the Constitution, man. That's gonna go out the window. All right, when chaos erupts in the cities, all right, when things start happening, all right, however they plan this out to go, all right, they're going to institute, or should I say, they're going to put these boots on the ground, man. They're going to try to put these troops out here in the streets, all right? And a lot of them not going to go for it, man, which is the reason why they're going to need a lot of these, they're going to need foreign troops to come in here and govern this land, all right? Because of all the things that's going to be going on here, man. It's going to get real crazy out here. It's going to get real crazy out here. Let me get this real quick, though, all right? Because we in some exciting times. Crazy times right now. All right, this is Isaiah 59:19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, man. So that's what Edom, all right, is planning to do. He's planning to come in like a flood, man. These people saying that they're not going to comply, all right, but like a siege, man, when they get boots on the ground, they're going to start cutting off these cities, all right? They're going to start rationing out food because people are going to get irate, you know, looting, burning, all of that. That's what's going to happen, all right? So it's going to be unsafe to go into the city, so they're going to start, you know, police. First, it's going to start with the police. Then it's gonna start off with SWAT, all right. You know, the smaller forms of police branches, all right. And then it's gonna go up to the military, man. All right, you're gonna see military vehicles in your city, all right, likening to whenever Katrina happened, when you seen in New Orleans. It's gonna get real crazy, all right. So again, this is Isaiah 59:19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, all right. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, man. So it's going to be, you know, real hectic out here, to the point to where the Lord's going to have to give his men, all right, spiritual power, all right, or a miracle is going to happen, which is divine intervention by way of an angel, man. We know that it speaks about that in Daniel, man, about how it's going to get so bad out here that the Lord is literally going to have to send down an angel, all right, Michael the archangel, to what? To defend his people, man. All right, because this Esau, man, he got some crazy technology. He got dogs. He got the microwave gun. All right, he got drones. All right, his full arsenal is gonna be displayed in those days. All right, it's gonna take over a lot of these people. All right, you even got people that aren't in the military. You got just your regular civilians, man. They got guns. All right, you got regular people that got, you know, oh man, they got all kind of things. They got lasers, flamethrowers, you know what I mean? You name it, man. It's gonna be a real crazy show out here. All right, that's why the scripture says it's gonna be like a time that has never been before, man. All right, and he's gonna really show his hand, man. All right, just like in those movies. All right, when he would come through, all right, these different cities and what, wipe out Jake, man. All right, like in that movie The Purge. All right, and other movies as well. All right, people are gonna be divided in that day, man. All right, people are gonna be with their own people. All right, because people naturally feel and gravitate towards their people in the time to where it's a survival instinct. All right, when the atmosphere is in the survival mode, people gravitate towards their own people. All right, because that's who they feel most comfortable with. So when this start to go down, all right, a lot of shit that happened out there in New Orleans, there's a documentary that I brought up before. All right, there's a documentary that just came out. All right, and it was going into how, you know, Esau was going into these neighborhoods and just shooting Jake, man, for fun. You know, so that's what's coming here, man. That's coming on a global stage, man. All right, this is Revelation 6:4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Who is the horse that is red? Esau Edom. All right, and that they should kill one another, and they Shalakia, and there was given unto him a great sword, man. And all right, and the modern day sword is the gun. All right, his missiles, his drones. All right, his weapons of technology. All right, all of these things is the sword of Esau, man. All right, and he's gonna use that to his full extent in that day. All right. Everybody's gonna be against everybody in that day, man. It's gonna be brutal. All right, these protests that are seeming like everybody's gonna come together and, you know, fight for, you know, all of humanity and all that. No, it's gonna be insurrection. All right, it's gonna be nation against nation. All right, household against household. Your neighbor that's your neighbor now, all right, that smile to you, wave to you in the morning, tell you good morning sometimes when they see you. All right, the guy that you see jogging in the morning, or whatever the case may be. All right, they're gonna be going at each other. They're even gonna come knock at your door. looking for some food because they ain't got it. Looking to see if you have it. And willing to, Shalaka, and willing to go to whatever extents it is to get what he needs to get for his family and for himself. Even if it means putting you down and you being on the menu if you ain't got it. That's how dire it's going to be. Because even going to come down to a situation where cannibalism is going to be a thing here. Alright, so let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah, and I'm going to end it on out. This is us, Shalakia, not Isaiah. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord," man. Alright, so if you not down with this system, alright, then you're going to be a target. Alright, and when you go into that word insurrection, it means a rebellion or a revolt. It says a violent uprising against an authority or government. And that's what you're seeing now. Alright, people protesting. Alright, the brother Amawan Gabar, they were doing the camp, and they were protesting by the brothers' camp, man. Alright, protesting about ICE and other things as well, man. So these things are going to turn to global events all over the United States, all over the world, because this thing is going to come to test the whole world ultimately. Alright, this RFID chip. So this is the things that, basically are coming forth, man. Prophecies. Alright, and the prophets are in the spirit of prophecy. Alright, to tell of the things that are to come. So just stay alert. Alright, keep watching. Alright, and keep giving that report, man, of what's going on in the earth, man. And Lord willing, the Lord will protect his men. Alright, that is seeking them, man. Alright, with that, again, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, I say Shalom.